Hey, welcome back to the No Money Real Estate Podcast. I am fired up about this. I hope you guys have been loving some of the shows that I've thrown at you. Today is going to be no exception to the quality of guests that we have. I've got my friends Courtney and Melanie here. Hey, my name's Ken Dunn, and I'm a real estate investor. I want to welcome you to the No Money Real Estate Podcast. On this show, I'm going to interview elite level real estate investors from all over North America, and I'm going to help you to see one thing that all successful real estate investors have in common. They built their portfolios without using a dime of their own money. I've got a portfolio of $300 million in real estate. That includes resorts, apartment buildings, commercial buildings, and I built the entire portfolio without using a dime of my own money. Real estate is a business that anybody can get into, but the strategies that those titan real estate investors use to build massive portfolios have been kept secret for decades. Now, because of this show, I'm going to reveal them to you. So let's get started. They're top realtors with eXp Real Estate, right across Canada, but more importantly than that, they've actually cracked the nut. They're helping real estate investors to find better properties, make more money. And guys, I'm just super excited to have you on the show today. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Ken. It's a real privilege to be with you, to be with your audience, and to share what we've learned over the last 15 years selling all these homes.
Hey, so let's start off right there. Talk about who you guys are. Introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about the background.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead, Mel?
Sure. I'm Melanie. I've got a background in private education. When Courtney and I first started dating, he was already in real estate, and then we gradually were able to come together and work together, which has been fantastic. I don't know how people are able to actually be in real estate without their partner in a way. I recognize that's not for everybody, but I feel like I'm very lucky and fortunate to do this with my best friend, with a amazing coach and the visionary that he is.
Yeah, and I think what I feel as a visionary and a CEO, Ken, is that I was missing so many elements to my business, and having somebody like Mel in operations coming in and helping us grow this business really catapulted it. So, in that time since we've been working together, like I say, we sold over 4,000 homes for over $1 billion in volume, expanded our team from Lethbridge to Medicine Hat, Calgary. Now we're the #1 team with our brokerage across Canada, and really just having a lot of fun. The other truth of it is that we don't invest a lot of time into this business anymore. And we're like 5, maybe 10 hours a week between us, traveling 100+ days a year, going to great events, coaching, speaking, and just really having the time of our life. We've got 2 young kids that are 7 and 9, and we don't want to be tied to an office or a location. And so this business really has afforded us the opportunity to be together, but to travel too.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing that really got my attention when we first met a few months ago in Calgary was this idea. It's what I've been thinking about this for a long time, that real estate investors, one of the big hangups they have is trying to find better deals and also cash flow. Like so many people don't really get into real estate the right way and end up getting a rental property, or they get a couple small houses thinking that they're going to make money in rent. They get behind, the rates change, they're losing money, and they're struggling financially. And when you guys told me what you do for real estate investors, it blew my freaking mind, because I think it solves both of these problems. Why don't you just explain this? Why should every real estate investor become a real estate agent?
Yeah, just to back the story up, I mean, we've been doing this now, onboarding, teaching people from outside the industry to be successful real estate agents now for the better part of 10 years. Mel's created a great boot camp and awesome structure for helping people to learn quickly and easily how to sell real estate.
Yeah. And, real quick, a lot of these people, I would say most of the people that we've trained have come from different industries. So it's not like we're onboarding and training and bringing people in that were salespeople, as you were to say. They're not doctors, nurses, teachers, bartenders. They're from all these other service industries that just want to help people.
Yeah.
And so even if you're thinking to yourself, like, maybe I can't do this because I'm not a salesperson, you don't need to be a salesperson.
Right.
Yes, we've broken it down all the way from helping you get through the course itself, how to find the deals, and recognizing that as a real estate investor, when you're working with another real estate agent, let's be honest, not all agents are created equally. So first, you're trying to find a great agent. Secondly, you're trying to get to the front of the line of their deal finding. And a lot of times you just can't. They've got other people, they've got themselves. Maybe you're competing against them. You're trying to build that rapport, figure out where you are in the mix. So now you want to have 5 relationships. Like, just cut out that middleman altogether. Getting the license is the easy part. And the real beauty is, Ken, as you know, when you do that deal, you're getting paid immediately. So as soon as that deal closes, you're collecting commissions. And we have the solution for helping people save on brokerage fees as well. So there's all kinds of things that we talk about through this boot camp that are really going to get our investors paid up front, make it super simple to find the best deals out there.
I think a lot of investors will, you know, this is not going to be a concept that each and one of them hasn't thought about in the past. But what makes it easier if you guys are helping them to do it? Because they know they got to be licensed, they got to be assigned to a brokerage, all these things that just feel overwhelming to the average real estate investor. But how have you guys simplified this process?
You see like simple nuances when it comes to being like transacting in real estate, particularly when you're transacting on behalf of yourself. And oftentimes you don't have somebody answer those questions, right? So it's very important, and having people behind you to answer those questions on your first, fifth, 10 deal. Even people that have done, say, 300 transactions are still coming across some very complicated transactional situations because every single one is different. And so it's just nice to have that person in the background that can help with verbiage, language, legalities, how to maybe put that deal together, what's going to be best practice for keeping those deals together. Because ultimately you want to limit your time on how much you're spending in it and just get more proficient. Courtney's really the excellent one at, you know, coaching and speaking to the sales process.
Yeah, you got to have structure, you have to have systems, and ultimately you need accountability too. I think one of the challenges that most people have is that they've got busy lives. I mean, your investors have lots going on.
Right.
And so having cohorts of people, knowing what you need to accomplish in a given day or a given week, what a good pace is, what a slow pace is, having people live able to answer your questions so that you know that you're making progress, up to and including the point where you get through this course in just a few weeks. And then at the end, when you're out there finding deals, you've got somebody helping you fine tune your MLS searches, helping you fine tune how you can go out and find properties on the ground, and including the point where we're helping people actually write deals, negotiate deals, and close deals. We're offering that service to our investors as well at the end.
And in all honesty, like, you want to learn from our mistakes. You want to learn about the things that we did that maybe crashed a deal, that didn't bring it together, that delayed it, or if you have to, you know, spending too much money on putting a deal together. You know, one year Courtney had met with his accountant and found out how much he spent on repairing appliances or fixing appliances for buyers that he was helping. And, you know, learning from those mistakes and eliminating those expenses is massive. And just learn from the people that have done things wrong at times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So another thing that just came into my head. If somebody decides, an investor decides that they want to become an agent, but they really are only interested in doing this so that they can go find better deals from themselves, is there going to be any expectation of them or pressure on them to go out and actually do the real estate agent thing? Or can they really get a license, get on a team, and just use that experience for their own uses?
Yeah, great question, Ken. Yeah, we're the type of team, one of the rare ones, in fact, that will work with realtors who are part-time. You know, some folks on our team do like 1, 2, 3 deals a year. That's it. The beauty of being on a team like ours, however, is that your brokerage fees are cut down dramatically. There's a lot of brokerages out there that a person can work with. By virtue of the size of our team, one of the biggest ones in Canada, the fees that agents pay are nearly nil, quite frankly. And so it's a very affordable place to be. You get all the support that you would normally get, but without the pressure or oversight, or, you know, if this is just something that somebody's doing on the side, or they're wanting to go out and find deals for themselves, you know, we don't want to take a bunch of money from those deals. We just have a transaction fee to process them, right? Very simple. And we want to make sure that they're getting them. The truth is, for us, when it comes to this audience, Ken, it gives Melanie and I a chance to liaise, to hang out, to build friendships with people like us, right? Like, we use this as a way to network with people. We use this as a way to contribute. You know, maybe there's some deals that we participate in. Maybe there's some deals that we can put partners together with by virtue of this network that we're building. And so our goal here is really just to get around awesome people, find a way to support them in making money, creating another revenue stream, and helping them find the best deals. Because we all know that realtors have priorities too. And a lot of times it's hard to get to the front of that line.
Yeah, and our why isn't transaction wise. Our why is to help people. Like, that's why we're doing like Courtney and I, we only transact in investments as well. Like, we're not out there ourselves even transacting with real estate deals with buyers or sellers. We're only working with people that we want to work with, and if we're buying our own investments. And so that just goes to show that it's possible and it can be done.
Can you guys help anybody anywhere in Canada? You know, like this show is going to be heard by thousands of people. We get hundreds and hundreds of downloads every month just on Apple for the podcast, the audio version. You have that nationwide reach in terms of support?
Yeah, we do, Ken. So we've been working with teams, brokerages, and agents all across North America. Truthfully, in any English-speaking country, we can sell our products and we can coach them directly. The one thing that we are doing right now across Canada is liaising with each of the governing bodies and getting a hold of their preparation tools for their course content. So whether you're going through the Ontario Real Estate Association, the BC Real Estate Association, we'll have prep tools so that we can help our students get ready for the course. We'll handhold them through those content, those materials, and then mentor them through the entire process, all the way up to and including doing deals. So we have partners and coaches literally all across Canada. So looking forward to building that network of people out and seeing people be successful, whether you're an investor from Alberta who wants to buy in Fredericton, New Brunswick, or somebody from Halifax that wants to buy in Winnipeg. We can support those people in getting licensed and being successful.
Yeah, so it's really about their goals and not our goals.
Yeah, totally. Okay, you guys convinced me. I'm going to sign up. I'll do it with you.
All right.
Oh, wait, sorry. We're doing a podcast here. I totally forgot. Well, friends, maybe I just spilled the beans. I think I'm going to do this. It just makes sense, and I even think about my own deal flow. I get tons of people that are reaching out to me all the time to buy places privately, and so a lot of them are great deals. I just don't want them. There's not fits into my real estate bucket. So I never even thought about this before, but if I have a real estate license, then why not just list those properties myself?
There's a couple different ways, Ken, and this is the reason why we're so excited about this opportunity. And I don't think a lot of people really get it. So there's not only the investment deals, right, that we're going to be doing ourselves as investors. Okay,
Yeah.
so buying them and selling them, figure on 2% commission. Sometimes it can be as high as 3%. So that's thing one. Thing two is your own personal transactions. Maybe you're buying a house, maybe you're selling a house, maybe there's a friend that's doing one, maybe there's somebody else that you know that's going to come to you. So there's pretty easily those deals that start to come your way, right?
Yep.
But here's the kicker that we really love. It's the referral business. It's that mailbox money. If you know somebody that wants to buy an investment property in some other province or some other city, and you happen to be networking with them online through your investor community, as a real estate agent, you can take 25% of the commission earned for just connecting real estate agents together. And
Right.
so when you've got that real estate license, I mean, you could ROI the cost of your real estate license just on referrals alone. It's such an easy and beautiful way to make money. And they just show up, and these checks are thousands of dollars, and they come regularly just based on the information, the network that you already have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
this
have
is,
to do
and that's,
anything.
yeah,
It's
go
just,
ahead.
you don't have to do anything. You're just passing that information on and having that conversation with the other agents in another city, another province, and saying, listen, you work with this person, then I get a 25% referral, and then you sit back and wait for your check. Like
Yeah,
it's
totally.
the easiest money you can make.
Yeah, Melanie, let's just stay on that for a second, because before we started the show, Courtney was talking, and we didn't talk about this yet. So let me get you to address this. The other issue that I see a lot with real estate investors that are just getting started, and they start the wrong way, is they buy a couple rental properties and they're hoping that they're making money every month on those rent checks. Then the rates change. They're making no money. So they don't have the cash flow. They're trying to keep themselves afloat to build their real estate portfolio. And if they do this, if they incorporate being a real estate agent into it, there's a whole extra income stream that comes along with this, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And depending on the province that you're in, there's different rules depending on the province. You can incorporate personally, then there's tremendous tax benefits from paying yourself from your corporation. So depending on the province that our listener is in, we can have that conversation. So there's tax implications, tax benefits. That's not even talking about doing tax planning from a goal setting or estate planning standpoint. I mean, there's so many benefits to having a real estate license and just using that as a way to create wealth for your family outside of what it is that we're already talking about, from referral business, from your deals, from your personal deals, from your family and friends. I mean, listen, it's not that complicated. Like, we're not rocket scientists, and we've made a tremendous business selling over 4,000 homes, and we bring people from outside the industry and get them productive inside 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Anybody can do this work, Ken. It's just a matter of having it broken down simply, understandably, and having some oversight and some support to make sure that it's coming together in the way that it should, to make sure that your questions are answered as you need them. And then most critically, once you're doing those first 2-3 deals, you've got somebody holding your hand, making sure that your terms look good, the deal's being written properly, and it's getting closed successfully.
Yeah, and then on top of that, we also have information in there about like how to write those deals. So not only are we providing that support, like one-on-one support to get through that, if a person needed to go through and rewatch, like working with buyers and, you know, difference between client and customer and all that, they can just go back in and rewatch the videos and get a better understanding of where they are in that transaction without, you know, asking for support, because some of that's there and then some of it we can just supplement with one-on-one coaching and help on what that looks like to completion.
Awesome. Well, this podcast show is going to come out right around the time that we do that webinar. For friends that are listening to this or seeing it, Courtney and Melanie are going to be speaking at our Real Estate Investors Summit with us. And so we'll be going through that in detail, but we've already made arrangements to do a live webinar presentation after the event where we're going to be talking through the merits of real estate investors becoming real estate agents as part of their portfolio. So go into the notes of this show and look for that link. And listen, like always, if you love the No Money Real Estate Podcast, if you're excited about the quality of the guests and what we're talking about this show, then hit the reviews, give us a 5-star review, give us some comments on this, share the love, and we'll catch you on the next show.